Hey guys, it's me reporting to you live after I finished editing this podcast and realized that yes, the ghost entered the machine again. Listen, the government likely does not want us to be talking about what we're talking about on this podcast, and they are sending radio frequency waves to infiltrate the space. All that's to say, I'm sorry about the ghost. I truly don't know what to do about it. This is the machine that I've always used to record, and I don't have money like that. So, hey, if you want to help me get a recording system that does not have a ghost in the machine and or the government in it, bro, you could throw me a couple dollars on Venmo at Rebecca Bulnes. Or you could subscribe to even the Patreon, which I would like to expand once I also have a machine that doesn't have ghost in it. Much love to you guys. I don't want to stop podcasting because of the ghost or the government. So yeah, we're figuring it out. It's not too bad. The episode's like so fire. So stay spooky, folks.
Because this is like kind of, I guess this is technically it's like a bonus episode, like whatever. Right. I make my own rules. Yeah. With podcasts, you can do whatever you want.
They're basically TV shows now.
They're basically,
you can do anything.
And this is where people are like, oh, they're so scared about like destroying Hollywood. And I'm like, what do you watch most? What do you watch most? Now, don't press a button, because if you're going to be disruptive, that's one thing. But if you are going to press a button, and you're gonna love Ashley. Okay, Fred, relax.
You wanna come over here?
Okay, he did this with Anna Sarah. I am still never gonna be able to say her name. I'm never gonna be able to say her name. We talked about it for like 10 minutes on the podcast. I won't say it.
It's really hard.
I think that's reclaiming in some way though to do that to like European. Just like Anna. You're my girly. You're my absolute girly.
And I respect it, and I'm not gonna try.
And we just have a lot of things to try about. You know what I mean? And it's just like, if we know we're not doing, no disrespect. Don't press a button, cat.
I don't want to mess up your name, and I will. I mess up all the names.
I'm always pronouncing things in way. Do you know when I was little, I thought, and now that I'm saying it. And now you're going to mess with Ashley's phone?
I mean,
this
is
okay.
So interesting. It's just my pop socket, and it's kind of cute because it looks like a pack of cigarettes. So it looks like he's like fiending for these cigarettes.
He's like, I need a bogey.
And it's like a little Carrie Bradshaw phone case. So it actually is kind of really adorable.
That's the thing. He is really, he's kind of very cute. So he gets away with it.
It's like, oh, you need your cigs. I get it.
No, a word that I used to think, and now what's the way that I actually say, that you actually say it? The word that I had only read in my mind and I hadn't said it out loud. And then I realized I'd said it, or I would say it wrong for years until I heard somebody else say it right. And which one is it? Unrequited?
Unrequited?
Is that the right way?
Yeah, I think unrequited love.
Yes, I think that's the right way. No, I was unrequited.
Oh.
Unrequited love.
That sounds British.
Unrequited?
I feel like that's how they say it there. They're like, oh, we say unrequited.
Yeah, unrequited.
Unrequited love. And we're like, Americans.
Unrequited.
But then that's one of those things where the way you just said it makes me be like, unrequited love. And
then the thing is, and I remember when I first heard somebody else say it, it's just like, the pang of embarrassment for all the years and moments past that I said it in front of people and nobody even said nothing. Yep. It's like you have something in your teeth and you're not doing me a favor. You're not doing me a favor. Keeping me comfortable in that moment is not doing me a favor to my further discomfort later. And this is kind of what we're talking about. We need to break these things down.
Gotta break them down.
Uncomfort now for liberation later in the future.
Embrace it now.
And in that sense, it's sort of like we do have to talk about Rob from Traitors and Love Island.
Rob Rausch.
And you're thinking, what is this podcast? Who are we doing? Who are we doing? And what are we doing? And who and what? Ooh, all the W's and the why, who, what, where, when, why. Okay, it's Classroom Crush. It's Bonus Epadish. Last Bonus Epadish, we had Fran Hoffner, Big Chicago. Big Chicago in the house. Yeah. We were talking Sawyer from Lost. Ooh. We had to examine that moment in time. Yeah. And I was like, there is a common thread of both just, conventionally attractive white man, but differences, similarities, we don't have to connect the two. That's just what the last episode was. Yeah. I came
Very
to
different vibes.
I still haven't said your name. I always do this. I start to do the intro and I go, okay, you know her, you absolutely love her. You're saying, if you're watching the visual podcast, you're saying, what? This outfit is incredible, as I did when I retrieved her downstairs. I live upstairs. Okay, relax.
It's nice.
Okay, chill, guys, chill. Is comedian, oh my God, writer extraordinaire, podcast extraordinaire, TV. I say it's Ashley Ray, and I know you from Chicago Times.
Yeah, Chicago Times.
But you've been out here for a while.
Yeah, like 7 years now.
Is Endgame? Or you don't know?
I always Chicago is always home, and
What's
I'm
your
always
sign?
Sagittarius.
Okay, it's exactly same.
I love Chicago. I can't see getting old in LA.
Sure.
Because I don't want to be an old person who has to drive a car.
Oh,
so I'm always
interesting.
If I'm gonna
you don't want to
become
the problem as well.
Yeah,
that's true. That's actually, you're looking out. For people's safety.
I don't want to be an old lady who runs a bunch of people over at a bus stop.
Sure, we don't want that. No. It's just we know you're gonna do so many incredible and already have done incredible things in your life. We don't want that to be your legacy.
Yeah,
in the end.
I don't want that. So I want to get old in a city where it's I can take the train.
Sure. So maybe Chicago.
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 And I think with global warming, it's just getting better and better.
Oh, and now that's an interesting take on it all.
Yeah.
It's because I remember in Chicago, I'm spring couldn't find her.
No, yeah.
Couldn't find her. But what is it like now? What's going on there? I don't know. I'm not plugged.
The winters aren't as bad. Okay. So when I first moved there, it was the polar vortex.
That was when I first moved there.
Yeah. When Jussie went to get the Subway sandwich, negative 30 degrees.
God.
Terrible. Everything was closed.
People were throwing boiling water out of their windows. Now that was crazy.
Freeze immediately. And it was if you go outside for more than 5 minutes without gloves, you'll get frostbite.
Oh yeah.
It was, but also we were but the Burlington is open, so we can hit the bars.
Okay, that's how you got through it. That's how you got through it. I love that.
So it was very cold, but I don't think they've really had anything as bad as that since then. And then this winter they got a lot of snow, kind of like New York.
Yes.
But it's the winters are getting shorter and milder. But then on the drive here, the sun was hitting my arm and I was this reminds me of when you finally do get that beautiful spring day in Chicago. But then I'm all right, but I'm here and it's February and I get this every day.
Right. I am sort of searching for not beautiful days. I have to, it's a weird combination of oh God, imagine going one episode without bringing up your abusive relationship. But it's in that relationship, I was in that apartment and it was railroad style. So I would not see the sun rise or fall. It was just the same static light of the overhead light. Yeah. So I think that literally my body is there's a little bit of a trauma thing where I wake up in the morning, I'm the sun is out and I have to leave. I gotta go. I'm
my heart is just you must do the best of this.
Yeah. Every time I'm where are you going? What are you doing?
What my next gig? I don't know. I'll figure that out. But I have hope in my heart.
Exactly.
And in Chicago, I did not leave my apartment. It was dark and
yes,
I just would truly stay in my apartment for a week and be I can work from here. I don't.
Same. I famously, just began my Supernatural journey. My journey with the television show Supernatural. I don't know if you're aware.
A wonderful show.
Great show. I always joke about how I did not realize I was depressed in Chicago, but looking back, I was my dinner was Ben & Jerry's fish food ice cream, one entire pint. I was this is dinner. This is fine.
I did American Dream personally.
Okay, that's
yours. I love the American Dream with my little Stephen Colbert on it.
That's a good one. For me, I'm partial to the marshmallow swirl. I love that. Chain smoking cigarettes in that apartment as well while watching Supernatural. I think it would have been better if they did that.
Well, my TV was definitely worse. I always know I'm depressed when I start binging the most random old sitcom.
Oh, what was it?
I did The Middle, The Goldbergs.
You know what? It's funny because I feel I've seen you post about the Goldbergs before,
I'm the
and
only
I'm
person
what
who
is
posts
her
about
deal?
the Goldbergs. because I
What's your
truly
Goldberg
was
deal?
depressed in Chicago, not leaving my house.
I get it now.
And it came
Makes
on.
a lot of sense.
It did have like some good people in it, like actors I like.
Sure.
The mom was played by.
I just don't know anybody
Wendy.
who's watched.
No,
it.
yeah, no. And then it just came on one day, I think, after something else on ABC, and I was like, well, that wasn't so bad.
And you're just like, here I am now.
Hulu started from episode 1, and I wasn't moving that week, and so the next thing I knew.
There you go.
I was standing outside the Black Cat, and there's Sam from the Goldbergs, and I'm like, oh my God, Sam from the Goldbergs, and he's like, no one watches that.
You're like, you saved me.
Yeah, and I'm like,
you were
don't
my
even know
friend.
them. Like, whoa,
wow.
God. When I had no one else, I had the Goldbergs to lean on.
That's great. I would love to like put out a poll and like see what everybody's like depression like era show was, because I did like Supernatural, but I also bounced it out with like Gilmore Girls, which was because it was fun winter, but it was so like also like I want a boyfriend so badly. And now looking back, okay, making revelations. Looking back, I'm like, okay, and now I'm living in Chicago where not every bitch, but most bitch look like Gilmore Girls.
Yeah.
Which coming from Miami was not my reality.
No,
looking back, I'm like,
girlish city.
I was like, well, at least she can date the boy,
Oh yeah, I definitely had a Gilmore Girls moment.
We have to go through
Girls.
it.
Girls is a great depression watch.
Girls,
Sometimes
that Patrick
one
Wilson episode, I think about it constantly. Can we just have a moment?
Every young girl should have that moment in their life. If you haven't, seek it out.
Please seek it out.
Find a rich, older guy, and you don't take it seriously.
Yeah.
And you're going to get to be just like a young, hot person that he fucks.
So here's the thing. I think I was trying to do that my entire last year in New York, when I was a barista at like a hot spot in the West Village, where there were so many people who could change my life financially.
Yeah.
This is fun. There was this one guy. I won't say his name for
no names.
But he was a guy. He was hot. He was tall. And and I used to joke about like, what's your whole thing? Huh? What are you, an eccentric millionaire? I would say that. And he was like, and he like wouldn't deny it. So I'm like, like he would never really tell me what his job was, but I just knew that he had so much money.
Yeah.
And the sort of thing where when I take your order, sometimes when someone's looking into your eye when you're taking your order, you do know that they want to fuck you.
Yeah.
Sometimes you do.
You can tell.
Sometimes you're like,
you can pick up on a vibe.
Yeah. Sometimes you know.
Yeah.
Right. So I had that with him like before, but then I remember at some point him dropping a girlfriend thing. I'm like, of course.
Okay.
Whatever. Cut to, I quit that job. Months later, I leave New York, whatever. I come back to New York for something. I go to my old job. I like get a fucking salad. I go sit by the Hudson River, smoking, chilling. Hot day. Hot. Like it was like one of those, like when it was like heat wave in New York in the summer.
Yeah.
I'm sweating, I'm smoking, I'm chilling. He would sometimes come to the coffee shop like in a suit, rarely. Okay. But mostly he would come like sweaty, like as if he was just running or whatever.
Yeah.
So
and
then
that's when you know someone's rich, because it's like
you're never working
during the day.
You're literally never working. I've never
like,
seen it in my life. So I'm sitting there, and then who comes but this guy is no shirt, sweaty, whatever, and I'm like, hey, and he's like, hey. And we have this whole conversation and just like nothing. I don't know how it got to here.
What you would hope. That is one of those openings where you hope it leads to him taking you back to like a penthouse.
So it kept feeling this way, right?
Yeah.
And then he's like, yeah, I got like fully just like playing. He's like, I gotta go. I have like a date with my girlfriend later where we have this thing where we go, wait for it. We have this thing where we go where like I have like this like sauna thing, like there's like a private sauna like room thing. And we go and we sit in the sauna and then we just like fuck. And he's like, yeah, I already promised her that I would like save all my cum for her. So I gotta go do that. And I'm like, sounds for sure.
Well, it sounds like we have an ethical poly situation here.
I'm just like, I was
promising his cum. He's staying faithful to that.
It's
wow,
so crazy that we, as former barista and
that we're.
But it's like I knew that he was about to say something like that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But I'm like, you are flirting with, like, obviously. Yeah,
like you.
But it's like, but not the follow through of like. And do you want to come?
Yeah.
And I'm like
you would hope that gets you invited back to like a rich older couple's apartment.
It was like such an extreme version of like, I have been in so many cases, like guys with girlfriends, like favorite girl, you know, where it's like, and especially this is what I'm realizing lately, that like, okay, everybody thinks I'm flirtier than I think I am. Like, whatever. I'm just fucking friendly.
I feel like, nowadays people say just being kind of charismatic makes you flirty because most people just like stare at their phones.
Right. Like, I make you feel good because I look into your eyes.
Yeah.
Okay,
exactly.
sometimes I'm looking into people's eyes on purpose.
But sometimes it's like because I know how to maintain eye contact. Right. And then people are like, I think she was hitting on me.
Exactly. And it's like, sometimes I am, sometimes I'm not.
Like, I'm just a nice person from the Midwest who's going to look at you and be like, so, where are you from?
Right. And these people,
you like growing up there?
They
ask the follow-up question. I'm gonna get to know you.
Especially because I'm like Cuban and I'm like this all the time. Yeah. Sometimes when I'm with people, like sometimes I'll catch it and I'm like, do they hate this? I'm like, I understand that not everybody like wants.
Yeah.
And I also understand how they
can. There's like a LA, like we're cool. Like
that
you
is
don't want to seem excited about anything or anyone.
It's really true.
It's like,
I'm loud. Whoa. Okay. Right? Hop.
Okay, so
but
if you did such a good job.
If you sit on me, are you gonna be okay? This is all right. We'll do this then.
That's what it's gonna be.
Okay, fine. Get your ass out of Ashley's face, though. You know. Anyways, that was a crazy thing for him to say to me.
That's insane.
And I couldn't tell. It's like I was both parts turned on and disgusted. I wasn't disgusted by I was disgusted by the lack of follow through. I was disgusted by you're playing with something that you're not
like
actually
you know what
doing.
You are trying to introduce here, but you won't just go for it.
Exactly. Because I'm like, also, I know this guy. His fucking little girlfriend. Come on. No, whatever. Yeah. But anyways, he's probably evil and like maybe funding
probably
war
definitely
somewhere.
Evil. He probably works for like Lockheed Martin.
It's actually good that I never evil. Let him come get close to me. But he is one of those people who's like really tall, and I hate that.
I do like really tall.
But we're like the same height, right? You're like
5'5".
No.
Yeah.
You're no, then we're not the same height. I'm so much taller than you. No, I'm like 5.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'8". I'm like 5'8"-ish, you know.
You don't seem 5'8".
I don't seem 5'8".
I feel like I'm taller than you.
See, that's what everyone, you know, I've projected that onto like shorter people that I've seen on, like, I remember the first time that I met Natalie Walker in person. We were like kind of online friends before. I was like, she's small. What the hell?
I feel like people always say they think I'm going to be taller. And then I'm always like, I guess I have tall energy online.
No, I know I'm tall because all my best friends all my girl best friends have been shorter than me. And literally the smoke shop guy did just call me tall. So I am feeling tall today because I was joking about how I can't stop walking fast. He's like, yeah, that's what tall people do. I said, I'm not that tall. He said, you're tall for a girl. I said,
I think I do, like when I wear heels, I look very tall because I have long legs.
Right.
Like my boyfriend's 6'2" or something. And, brag. And
brag.
Like one time we were adjusting a like bike. And we were standing next to each other, and we realized our legs were the exact same length. Like
so
my legs
fun,
are as long as his.
I love that.
And he was like, "No way!" And I was like, literally, like
that is how it is.
Like most of my body is leg.
No, and I'm kind of I'm long torso. Actually, I don't actually really have long legs. You know, I'm like pretending to have long legs.
Like that is the torso. That's the real height. It. Like I have long legs, but then it's just short on top.
Exactly.
And so,
we're all beautiful and unique in our shapes and sizes, actually, in our heights. But I do, every time a crush of mine is the same height as me, I'm like, I am taller than him. Everyone's like, Rebecca, you're not taller than him. I'm like, when I'm looking at him, I'm looking at the top of his head.
I say that like when I wear heels, I'm like, I'm taller than my boy. And he's like, no, you're not. And I'm like, yes, I am. I'm literally towering over you and I could pick you up.
I think that's beautiful though. I think we should feel big, you know.
That's feminism. Middle school, or I guess elementary school, I always was like, I was the tallest out of all the girls and like the second tallest out of the whole class and like the guys, and I was just like, I'm so big, like I'm tall.
Well, you have tall, now you have tall perspective because you were.
I was, and then also though my mom was like, you weren't tall, there were just only 3 girls in your whole class.
You see, circumstance, context matters.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
My God.
But I towered over those 2 girls.
Of course.
So
no, and that was at a formative time. So now you're tall in your brain.
So then in my brain, I was I'm tall, I'm big.
Yes.
And then like I look back and I look class pictures and I'm like, oh no, like I actually was one of the shortest girls.
The shit stays in your head though. I brought up to my therapist the other day. We were talking about all, all this stuff. And like the stuff that stays in your head where I'm like, I will really never forget the moment that and this is why I have this gorgeous, amazing podcast classroom crush, by the way, the time that my best friend, she was my best friend. This is what men do. This is perfect segue. Because this was Brennan and he was hot. He was the hot guy. And we were friends. We were all friends, but he was the popular one. I've talked about him so much on this podcast. Everybody who knows, OG heads are like, move on from Brennan.
We know Brennan.
I said, until I have him on the podcast, I won't move on. That's accountability for me. But I remember it's like when 2 girls and the guy, and then it's like, now we have to kind of fight because of that, because of the guy he's here now.
Yeah.
And the fact that she did call me a gorilla, never forget. I said, because it tackled exactly specifically the insecurity of like my hair, like being hairy and and like thick eye, like, and this was not when thick eyebrows
when it was
cool.
all in and cool.
The way that I got so mad when people started drawing that shit in, and I remember the trauma.
Yeah. I was just like, I plucked, like they used to make fun of me, like shave your arms and stuff. And I'd be like, what, who shaves their arms?
Dude.
Like,
it's really bad.
Yeah.
It's really bad.
The 2000s were hard.
And
2010s.
now, and we have to talk about this as women. Because like this Epstein shit is making me crazy.
Yeah.
You saw all that, all that about how they basically built a millennial woman culture.
Yeah.
I can't get out.
It's interesting because like a lot of that was in like 2 different documentaries that came out over the last 2 years. There was Victoria's Secret, Angels and Devils. And then what was it? Was it Abercrombie and Fitch?
Oh, there was one.
Yeah, there's that one. And then there's it's Surviving Epstein on Netflix. And all 3 of those go into so much detail about how, especially the Victoria's Secret one, they go into so much detail about how basically these pervert pedophiles took over this like what used to be a nice like 80s lingerie cotton making underwear company and turned it into like a suggestible sex factory for teenagers. And it's just if you haven't watched those docs, check them out.
I'll have to watch that. I've just like read the things and watched enough of the fucking, it's just like an Instagram video will change your perspective on everything. This is where we're at.
I think like because of the documents now people are like, oh my gosh. And I'm like,
you're like, it was there.
This stuff was in the doc. And it's like, to me, when I was watching those, that was the stuff that really popped out. Cause you're like, oh, cool. So everybody knew. They were like, we would like to hire 15-year-olds for Victoria's Secret. So everybody knew that.
And just like, and just the very basic like normalization of like, why did no one ever think like putting words on the butt of little booty shorts meant for like 12-year-olds is fucking weird. And like, bro, and I used to see so much of that as like growing up in the dance world. Forget about we need to do another layer of that because there's so much Florida, and Florida is such a dance town. Like that is our as far as like things that kids can do. It was get a fake ID, become a grown up, like as or a girl or whatever. Or like I love dance, but I really do. There's a lot of dance studios. Like that is a big culture there, and dance competition culture. It's like hundreds of girls. Who even fucking knows? Okay, someone Someone investigate on that. See who's culpable in the dance world, because there must be
something behind
there
that.
Must
just
be.
like those pageants for kids. That
but
shit's
it's
weird. Toddlers and tiaras.
Dude,
Why?
all of it.
It's so weird.
But I really think it's like, I hope that people seize it as an opportunity to like shift their perspective on everything.
Yeah.
Right.
And just I think people have been saying that time period is sort of coming back of people wanting to wear those fashions and everyone being skinny.
I'm like, please, no low rise, no low rise,
please, no low rise. God, it doesn't look good on anyone.
Well, and what's crazy is like, low rise only looks good on this, on skinny. Like, God forbid you have fucking ass and hips.
Yeah.
It's not for you.
It's not for us. I
tried.
Sorry. It's not.
It's not. The way that when high waisted came around, I was like,
this changed the game. I was like, we can do this.
I was like, I can be a person.
Yeah, I was like high waisted jeans and like even the like high waisted circle skirts and stuff.
Salvation.
Early American Apparel saved me. The tap short that was
those
like the high waisted tap short.
Oh my God, talk about pedophilia. Those were still short on me though, because I had so much ass.
Out of the game.
One thing, you know what I once did? I had a friend who worked at American Apparel, and he was there. Like, "You did?
Yeah.
Yeah."
I mean, nightmare stories.
I like, of course, wanted to work there. We all wanted to work there, but he was like older, and he was my friend's boyfriend, and he was like, "Do you want to make like $100 and just like hand out flyers for ultra weekend, like whatever?" And I'm like, "Yeah, of course." On like South Beach, and I go and they're like, okay, so you could pick one of these bikini tops and one of these shorts.
You have to wear head to toe American Apparel,
and but not just a shirt, bathing suit top, and that was also at a point where I was like, never was feeling good in my body, but where I was like, I wanted so badly to be a part of the American apparel culture, but my ass did not. My ass did not.
I didn't have the body. I worked there in Chicago. I worked at the Wicker Park store and the State Street store downtown.
Yes.
Which were the two biggest ones.
Wow.
And they are so strict. Like, to work the floor, you have to be incredibly hot.
Yeah.
So I was hired back of house. I worked in inventory. I was allowed to go out to restock things, but I did not work the sales floor.
That's crazy.
I worked in the inventory with like mostly the other like black people, and a lot of men that they hired were all like, we were all in a basement like sorting things, and would just come up occasionally. But even if you were working back like the inventory, you had to wear head to toe American Apparel. And they could do a fit check.
Wow.
The managers could be like, we want to do a fit check, make sure everything you're wearing is American Apparel. And by that, they also meant socks, underwear, your bra. And they would want to see. Yeah. And then there would be times when Dov Charney would show up. Like, he would come check the stores, and he would always be like, fit check. Everyone had to like line up, and he would like walk down and like look at everybody, and mostly the girls, and it was creepy. And then like at the end, he'd like pick one of the sales floor girls or a manager and be like, that's going to be like my girl for the weekend.
Ew.
And he would give you like, you got an allowance to like buy American Apparel clothes when you worked there.
Yeah.
And when he was there, he would like be like, he would give it to you and be like,
and of course you're like, I want to be his girl, because this is
like,
what,
here's your daddy's allowance. And it was disgusting. Just like, mostly did a lot of cocaine, and all the girls would be like, he literally just kind of cries and wants you to call him boss, and he just wants you to be like, oh sir, like, oh my goodness, master, you're so big. And then they're like, and he just does cocaine and cries, and then he gives you like $600.
Not even enough.
Not even
enough.
Yeah.
Considering inflation.
I mean, this would have been like 2014-ish. And it's like, no, you should have been going for 2000. I guess, I mean, you would stay at his fancy whatever place for the weekend, but that's not enough.
No, that is very bad.
Did know one girl.
Tell me.
And he would obviously order food.
Yeah.
And I guess like he was like out of his mind, and she was like, oh, we should order from this one place, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, yeah, make it happen, order it. And she's like, oh, can I get your card? And saved his card info in her like Grubhub or whatever app.
Go off.
And she was like, I ate off of him for straight up a year.
That is the best case scenario of, please, if you find yourself in an ability to do such a thing, people need to break rules. Okay, please break rules.
Once in my life, I went on a horrible date with a guy.
Okay.
And I it was a date with him. We went back to his place and his roommate was there, and like his roommate started hitting on me, and they were having this like very weird like battle of the dicks type thing.
Of course.
And I was like, I don't fully get this. And the guy I was on the date with like had a hissy fit and like went into his room and was all mad about his friend hitting on me, even though I wasn't like entertaining it.
When men have a hissy fit, it's actually one of the absolute worst things.
It's the worst thing. And I was just
really
like,
bad.
the fact that he's like upset. And then I think because I was like, oh, where are you from? He thought like, oh, you just want to fuck
You want
to
fuck me now.
And I was just like, okay. And then his roommate was like, well, I was going to like order some cigarettes and like drinks and stuff, blah, blah, blah. And then he was, he was like going to walk somewhere and then he was like, oh, well, they're closed. And I was like, oh, haven't you heard of like DoorDash? They can deliver that stuff. And he was like, really? And I was like, yeah, see, look. And I already had it on my phone. And I was like, oh, but yeah, I can't pay for it. And he was like, here's my card, just put it in. And I saved it, and I did use that for a good 6 months.
That's
before,
awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, DoorDash was like, these all have been filed as scam. But then nothing ever came of that.
Hey, because it's as long as I'm not talking to you. I mean,
Yeah, I don't know.
That is so like, did you watch Survivor? Are you a Survivor person?
Oh, yeah.
That is so Eric giving Natalie his immunity necklace in Fans versus Favorites, you know? Just like like, here you go.
Yeah. Here.
I love it. But
I used it for evil, but like it was like my first year in LA. I was so broke, and I just remember being like, I am getting, what is it, sugarfish sushi?
I've heard about it. I've never indulged. Oh my God.
Only then. I was like everything, getting it's groceries. I was living it up.
And it's so funny though about how when you're like, when we're like, oh my God, we were being so crazy. It is like, I was eating food. I was eating food.
I was surviving.
What we have been talking about for the last 10 minutes is capitalist hell, actually, that we're living.
Yeah. That we are forced to try to survive. And it was tough. And
And basically,
I'm sure that guy was happy to do it. I'm sure if I had asked, he would have been like, you go ahead, girl.
A lot of worse things have happened in life. Yeah. And listen, girls gotta eat. Girls gotta eat. Okay. I used to scam in Chicago with just fake emails. That's what I used to do.
I would do that too.
And then
do you remember when Caviar came to Chicago?
Oh yeah, I was.
And Caviar had a thing where it was like you could get anything
bowl to my door. Stat.
Anything up to $50 for free. They would just give you a $50 credit, and they did not like cap it for a device, so you could just make a new email address. I would get Parsons delivered and get like a full fucking Parsons chicken inside.
And it's just like, we just want to eat.
I just want to eat. And I just kept making email addresses, and eventually they figured that out, and I was like, clearly millions of people were abusing this.
They came after me at some point. I started getting really fun and creative with my different email addresses, but that was also a big facet of my Chicago depression, was constantly Instacarting.
Yeah,
because it was constantly. Like some of them, there were a couple places that like were on DoorDash, and then there was like a poke place that was only on Postmates that was so expensive, and it was so good.
It was also back when they still incentivized you to use it, like, you know, when all those apps started and they were super cheap, so you could get hooked on them. Like we were there for that, like Uber and Uber Eats, all this it was cheaper to get it delivered that way than to like go out and eat.
Do you know of the Pasta Bowl in Chicago?
Oh yeah,
it was the fish food ice cream, and if that wasn't my dinner, it was either the pesto or the carbonara farfalle.
That's one of my faves.
Eating this almost every other day.
That was definitely. I feel like they usually had a 2-for-1 deal thing too.
God, well, no, anytime, because I'm too broke to do it, but anytime that I do it, when I'm like, I literally have nothing, and because I don't have a car, and I'm like, my life's hard. But whenever I do Uber Eats, I'm like, the only way I can do it is if it's a BOGO. It's the only way I can do it. That's the only way I can do it. So I have curry 2 nights in a row.
Is if my boyfriend's like, I really, really don't want to cook.
Yeah.
And like if he's really not doing it, because I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, we can see what BOGOs they have.
And this is where we are.
There's usually good ones.
And we have to be making the most of our lives.
I live in LA. I can get like barbecue and rice and get 2 bowls for the price of one. And I love that place.
Say that.
BBQ and rice. Oh, so good.
Okay. What do we love more than BBQ and rice, boys? Okay. I came to you. I said, we could talk about pop culture. We could talk about an old crush. We said, you you have a crush to bring. We need to talk about this crush. It's a crush that everybody has.
I think so. Very popular of the now crush. But for some of us, he's been a long time crush.
So tell me, and now we're talking, and what if I do a big graphic? I become graphic design is my passion. We're talking about Rob. What is his last name?
Rob Rausch.
Rob Rausch.
Of Love Island. It could be that photo of him from Traitors where he's laying on the rug carpet with no shirt on.
Absolutely.
Rob Rausch of Love Island.
Yes.
And now Traitors.
Yes.
Dreamy, dreamy boy. And I first met him Love Island. He was a Casa Boy, actually. I know many know him from season 6, his main season.
Sure.
But he started as a Casa Boy, which is the lowest.
The lowest of the, but they usually, it's like, well, first of all, frankly, we just have to put, I mean, I don't know your opinion, but I'm like, on all of the, I haven't seen all of Love Island, but all of the Love Island that I have seen, it's like, there are 3 hot guys. Like, they're like, and the rest of them are abs.
Yeah.
And if you don't like abs, forget about it.
Forget about it. You're not finding your person there.
Yeah.
And so like with the Casa Boys, they'll usually do like 1 or 2 actually attractive ones.
Yeah.
And Rob was one that people like, he was actually attractive, kind of a fan favorite, and it was very clear the producers liked him because they brought him back.
Yes.
And season 6, that's when Rob Rausch became our Rob.
He came through
Love Island. Like, first of all, I think now we can all look and say Rob Rausch innocent.
I mean, he was
Rob
just a
innocent.
boy, right?
He was
just Love Island always.
He was just a boy. And like now, I think when you see him on Traitors, you realize how miserable he was on Love Island. Like, this is a boy who just wants to be running next to ponds and throwing rocks and playing games. And they were like, bro, you got to work out for 8 hours a day. That's all we do here.
And like,
and you got to go make out. And like, you just got to not work. Like, that's all we do. You never know what time it is. And
everyone's
going to
be obsessed with you.
Yeah.
You're not going to know how to deal with it. And everyone's
you're not
going
to know how to deal with it. We're constantly filming you. And there like is a girl in here who's going to make everyone hate you.
Yes.
And so he was struggling. And, you know, I understand Leah was very popular during that season. That was like his big like couple he was in that. Leah was fan favorite. Everyone loved her.
Yeah.
But it was very clear they did not work. Like,
well, yeah. And I mean, like, there was an imbalance. There was an imbalance that was never going to right itself.
Different energies.
Yeah.
And so I understood why she was upset because he's hot. And I felt like he really did like her as a person. Like, now they're friends. And I think they respect and like each other. And I think he was worried like, oh, she's going to hate me and make everyone else hate me.
Yeah.
And viewers basically did. And we got like her crying in the pool.
And we love it when
we
boys
loved
cry.
it. We loved this system has failed her. Now you're sending 3 home. Like, legendary lines because like finally he does get a girl he likes, Andrea, and like they vote her off because none of the girls really know her and like they don't give a shit about Rob.
Yeah.
And so he's just like, this system has failed her, and is just a rock star. And
it was good.
And also like for the Leah fans, she got her end game. Like, Miguel, as soon as Miguel came, I was
he's
like,
one of the only other hot ones.
When
I said there's 3,
I
he
want
was one of the
Miguel
other
and
ones.
Leah together. They are so hot together, and like,
and more
I love
the
them.
vibe. It's like it's so funny because it's like
vibe.
It's and I understand that as a person, I think we all do it to an extent where it's like when there's the thing that's in front of you, that is the only thing that exists.
Yeah.
Scarcity mindset. We've been talking about abundance mindset. You don't even know what you don't even know, Leah. Miguel could be right around the corner.
Right around the corner.
You know? And I will say, I do think that like historically, tell me your perspective on this. I haven't seen all of them, but I also did watch some of like I saw I watched some of UK like earlier, whatever. Like the Mora seasons. And I just think that Love Island really does vilify like the normal guy. The guy who's the most like, I'm just reacting to this as a normal guy would. Like, who was who the winners of they didn't win last season. They didn't
Cordell and Serena.
Yes.
Yeah,
he was normal.
He was
even though
normal.
He's not even technically normal.
Yeah,
but like you know, he was normal.
But like all he had done was like he went to Casa, and it is sort of like a big betrayal to bring like another girl back,
right?
And he did, but it's also like she had been saying, I don't even know if I like you for weeks. So it's like, of course it's
and
fair
like,
for
and
him
we love her, and I don't,
and I love her, and I think like
she was one of the best of the season.
Yeah, and I think it was Cordell bringing another girl back that made her realize like, wait, I really do like this guy. Like I I felt like she was waiting for something kind of better to come.
Right.
And then realized like, wait, like I don't want to lose this. And his reaction was just kind of like normal to be like,
I think so.
I explore things with a new girl.
Yeah.
I still really like you, but you didn't seem to like me. And now we know, and we're on the same page. But
and then you see them, you know, they're normal guys because like they will get twisted up about it. Yeah. You know,
like
it's
they
like,
do
yeah,
upset,
makes
like,
sense. Seems complicated.
But then it's like they're also just dumb boys, and so
they don't know how to.
They don't know. Like he didn't take Serena aside and be like, "Hey, you know, I feel like you're not into me." Like he didn't have that conversation,
right?
So that's why we get that beautiful scene where she's just like, you know,
so good.
So good.
Yeah, and I think Rob is also kind of just a normal guy, and that is also what is hot about him.
Yeah, that was what was hot about him, was that he truly wasn't trying to play people, even though they kept being like he's a player, but it was basically like
it's just because he's hot. They just thought he was hot.
He was
so
hot.
Like
he didn't really play Leah, and then Leah turned around and played her friend because she dated Janae's ex, and so that was kind of like, focus on that maybe, because Rob is over here just crying in a pool, and now he's trying to date Andrea, and now you're taking her away. And then he basically got stuck in a relationship with a Casa girl because he was just like, well, she's here and I'm here, and she's down to fuck. So okay.
What did you like about him specifically? Besides just being like normal guy, I mean, he is hot, and that's annoying.
It is something so normal guy about it, where he does remind me of like every hot guy who played soccer I had a crush on in high school. Ooh, but also
like
in
bend
a way,
it like Beckham.
Yeah,
Ooh,
also
like
in a
guy.
way where he was like the hot popular kid who like went out of his way to be nice to like the weird girl.
And it's like, and then this becomes reflected in Traitors.
Yes.
Like, I can't remember who I was talking to about like how, like when you see him with like Ron.
And how he
he's just a nice
every
boy.
person who leaves the Traitors Castle goes, Rob is exactly as nice as you think he is. He took time out of his day every day to hang out with every single person, to talk to them, to get to know them. And people are like, he's not doing anything. He's just getting by on pretty privilege. And it's like, no, he knows how to play his social game.
Right.
He is that guy who becomes frat president because people genuinely like him. And they're like, he talks to the losers and the cool guys.
There's
like,
always that person.
There's always that person.
Yeah.
And he gives that. And in Love Island, I think some of us saw it immediately.
Yeah.
I did. And just like knowing he's the boy who's like, I just want to go chase snakes.
That is what really does it for me.
Yeah.
Because I'm a snake girl. I had a snake.
I wanted a pet snake, and I
highly recommend.
Like him just being like so chill with bugs and stuff. It was like, I know that he could start a fire if we went camping.
Because he has the face that they want to put on the magazines.
Yeah.
But
and have
he's
you seen his dad?
Isn't he Florida? Is he Florida?
Alabama.
Okay. But he's giving like, you know, like he's just a fucking guy, like guy,
just
you
a
know?
guy,
but
he's got sisters and brother and a hot dad. His dad is hot. His dad is hot.
Well, because the thing is like you also, I think because Hollywood now has made just like everybody so hot, like there's the lack of character actor vibes where it's like,
all that filler beauty,
like polish,
LA, like Instagram beauty is like what has been on so long that like when you get like regular hottest bartender in your local town, like that you're like,
but he's also normal, like he's not like,
but also
he's
normal.
Not pretty pretending to be like a guy who could get their hands dirty. Like
he's legitimately that, and it's like that I think has to be the future of Love Island. They have to stop casting influencers. You need to just go to I don't know, St. Louis and go into a bar and find like, just ask her who's the hottest like bar back, like get there and stop giving us influencers. We need like homegrown hotties. Thing.
There's barely like an audience surrogate, you know, you can barely place yourself
amongst them.
And you want to.
And you want it reader
your
insert
fanfic.
But I'm like, I don't do this with my lips. I don't have this. And like, like you can kind of come close. Like, you know, Alandria didn't have plastic surgery and stuff, but I don't look like her.
But they're all models.
Yeah,
they're all
like she's literally a Barbie doll.
I want people who would not be comfortable to be walking around in a fucking bikini thong ass
give
out
me
all
Love
day.
Island. You know? I'm wearing a one suit. Like,
dude, give me. I want your big t-shirt PJs, and now that's cute.
That would be cute.
Now
like,
that's
give me that
cute.
Love Island, and I just. Yeah, they need to stop doing that version. And
Yeah.
Rob, I think, is like the perfect example of the other side of it. And I think that's kind of why he blew up.
Yeah.
And then his social media is just like so cute. Like he does all these stupid lip syncing videos that I'm obsessed with. And
yeah.
like as soon as I saw he was going to be in Traitors, I was excited.
Yeah.
And
it's these, we got to talk about the traitors of it all.
Yeah.
And it's he's doing dangerous things. I will say he's doing dangerous things. No, in a different way than what you think. I think he's doing dangerous things for the culture for women because of the fact that I've spent years on my podcast, this very podcast, breaking down how just because they're quiet doesn't mean they're smart or mysterious. Just because they're hot and quiet, you're projecting that. You're projecting that. You're projecting that.
Guess what?
So when you have an example of one,
Rob,
this is danger zone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rob, it's like, oh wait, actually he's dark and mysterious and quiet because he's thinking about a Mark Twain quote.
He's training now a new generation of women unwittingly to
like,
see the hot
this
guy.
fool doesn't know what commiserate means.
That
And
was the hottest
that
thing.
was so hot.
It's so annoying.
And people think he's such a dummy.
Yeah.
And like on Love Island, I mean, everyone thinks anyone from Love Island is dumb. And
I know.
They aren't.
But it's not like he was, he always seemed to be having like reasonable,
he could speak and like say what was on his mind and stuff. But like, I always felt like, okay, he's like a smart, emotionally intelligent guy.
Yeah.
Traitors, we find out Rob Rausch is a fucking genius.
And the way that this has been played perfect.
Yeah.
Because for me, I'm also like, that's the thing. It's like pretty privilege does exist, but he's wielding it.
It's like you have to recognize your benefits in the castle. And people, Suri is still the best Traitors winner. I agree.
And she's one of the best players of all time of everything.
People are always like, well, she did it ethically, which is not true.
No, that was heartbreaking.
She actually, like, the people in her season still hate her because they are like, you backstabbed us. But like, she was able to win the way she did because she recognized that everyone kind of saw her as this like black woman mammy they could trust, who was there to take care of everyone and be their mother. And
even the people who knew her game, fell for it.
Who were like, well, I know she's vicious on Survivor, but now that I've met her, she's like my mother.
Like, how do you think that should happen?
How do you think it? And
especially they used to say it like on Survivor, like Suri is the woman who got off the couch and went and just came,
and so people and she knows it and utilized that. It's not like she didn't know she had that and it just happened.
Of course.
And so Rob is doing the same, knowing that he can kind of bat his eyelashes at Johnny or a Monet or Mara, and they're going to be wrapped around that little baby.
And we should say, I should have said it at the top, that we are recording the day before
the finale. We don't know if Rob wins, but I think he does. Rob, like, I mean, it's his. And the last game he played risky.
The last episode, I was feeling
he played risky.
And here's the thing, it was heartbreaking. I love Natalie. As a Survivor girl, I love Natalie. She's one of my favorite girls. Yeah. It was hard for me to see her go.
I thought she was playing smarter. So when
that's the power of Rob.
Yes, that's the power of Rob. So when I knew that Rob like had been protecting her because he saw her as an ally. And I thought she was playing Rob back and knew that he was her traitor angel. And I was like, she's going to stay close to him until the end and then like convince everyone. And then I realized it wasn't until Tara was like, Rob, that she realized
wasn't
like,
thinking
oh my
about
God.
it.
And I was like, oh, you have not been playing smart. Oh, never mind.
It's so crazy the amount of them that have said, but it couldn't be Rob.
He's
like as if it would be Rob.
Sweet man.
And it's so funny because it's like, does everyone, I do think he probably has the power that, okay, I'm going to just compare you and me to Rob. Of the fact that like, there are some people who, and I'll attribute this to all of us, the three of us. Okay, the Three Musketeers. Rob, come on the show. Who do know how to like make people feel special and feel seen, just being present, you know? And it's like everybody thinks that Rob has got a little something for them.
Yes.
You know,
everyone, like even
crazy.
like Ron Funches still is doing interviews where he's like, I love that man. Like I just love that man. Like Dorinda was like, I don't even care that he killed me because he said he trusts me. And I like that. Oh, he's my little castle husband. It's just like,
I do wonder though, like I wonder how like Maura and how people are gonna react, because Maura is so, and I love
like,
her.
I also thought she was playing smarter because like on Love Island she did not take shit from dudes.
Yeah, and she was my favorite.
Yes,
like,
and I
season.
thought like.
Yeah.
Rob thinks like she's in on him because they both were on Love Island, but I think my girl Mara is being smarter and doesn't really trust him. And then this last episode, it seemed like she's all in on him.
And they got close.
I don't know.
And I felt bad because I'm like, I root for Rob, of course, but I kind of wanted them to. I'm like, guys, figure it out. This is so crazy. Because I also think just like on a producer level, I'm like, it's a great choice to have Rob as a traitor. So why haven't you even considered? And who knows what those been cut, whatever.
And that's like how they started. Like that's how they found Donna. They thought like producers. They were like, who would producers pick? And I think really it's that Love Island is big amongst like us normal people, but like the housewives are not watching Love Island. They don't know him or the show, so they don't like know how big he is or his kind of reputation. So I think when they look, they're like, oh, these Survivor people are like big deal. Like, you know, the housewives are a big deal. And then they're just kind of like, oh yeah, Mara
this guy who's
Rob,
hot and
like,
nice.
they're hot and on a dumb people show. Who cares?
Yeah.
So,
they don't know the cultural cachet.
Yeah, you know, they don't know that we're obsessed. Like,
and we gotta get into that last episode because I did think it was interesting because it had two things playing at the same time where it's like, I have always been fair. Rob has done nothing that I've seen on TV that has made me not like him. Yeah, he had a little tantrum.
He had a hiccup
that made me go, and I'm traumatized. And I will say I'm traumatized by male anger.
That was a very Love Island freak out he had. He did the eye roll.
Yeah.
He was like,
like, cause but the way that it was undercut was, I'm like, it's because he's so sad.
Yeah.
Because he's acting out because he's so sad that it's getting real.
Sad.
And he's gonna have to be
like that whole episode, he was playing kind of risky and making mistakes because he was tired and sad. Yeah. You could tell that he was like, I'm sick of doing this. I'm tired.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's another Suri like played it hard, fast, good till the end. Like you can't let your guard down just because you're getting tired near the end. And I think he thought like, I've made it past the hardest stuff. And then
this is the worst part, actually.
And then the Natalie stuff happens and he's like, shit, like now this is actually hard.
Yeah.
But he has his backup plan with Eric. So I think he can make it, but I don't know.
You think it'll just be him?
Yeah, I think that at Bonfire enough people are questioning Eric that I think Eric goes and he's a traitor and they're like, okay.
Yeah.
But I don't know that Mark and Mara would keep Rob.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel like I'm so curious to see what their reactions are going to be.
Yeah.
Like if it's going to be heartbreak, you know.
I think, Mara and Mark, I
hard.
think would be heartbroken.
I think Mara's going to be heartbroken.
I think because Mara, it's like, I think Rob just did such a good job of like making the castle love him.
That's the brilliance of this game.
That's people are always like, oh, my favorite person from like Big Brother, they're so good at strategy. And it's like, no. Traitors is not about strategy. It's not being smart. If you're smart, actually, you're probably going to go home. Yeah. It is like being the most popular girl in Girl Scouts. If you can do that, you can win Traitors. Like that is the game.
Yeah.
I love it.
I do. I think it's so interesting because it's like, also him being all sad and crying is making you hotter to me now. Thanks.
Yeah. Cause he's like, he's really emotional about it. Like you can tell he's like, God, I wish I could recruit Mara. And like,
I know I kind of wanted him to recruit Mara, but I don't know how I feel like she could have done it, but
I understand, like he had to pick a guy.
Yeah.
So
no, it makes sense.
It made sense,
the guy of
but
it makes sense.
I was like, if he could pick a girl, I think he would have picked Natalie or Mara.
Yeah.
But
well, and the other thing that I keep thinking about, like, especially when it's like, you know, traitor on traitor and like, or whatever, and like housewives or whatever. I'm like, I'm sure he's getting commercials and whatever. He's doing stuff now, but it's like, he is not a rich person. He's just a guy. Yeah. I do want him to get money.
First of all,
I'm always here for regular, and that's
his
why,
show, Love Island, they don't get paid to be on it. And then the people who win, like it's like $20,000. It's like such a small amount of money.
You're still having to hustle. Yeah. Like he's not
and
a celebrity.
He did not even win. Like right after his season, he didn't do Beyond the Villa, so he didn't like get paid for that.
Right. Right.
He wasn't really doing brand deals. He literally just like went back home and was catching snakes.
Yeah.
And now he's doing Traitors, and now he's doing like Sonic deals and stuff.
Yeah.
So
it is sort of like
your money boy.
I'm like, yeah, kind of get your money. I'm sort of like, where does it lie in this entire, you know, white supremacist world that we live in, where it's like, we don't want it to have to be this man's that we're all like it does. I every time that I am like, it's the Ryan Gosling thing where I'm like, I remember the time that I thought I was too good for Ryan Gosling for a long time. Where I was like, whatever, pretty boy. I don't get it. Who cares? And then
I love Ryan Gosling.
It took me. But I was like, I'm edgy. I'm different.
Yeah.
I like rock.
Yeah,
okay,
like,
that's jock stuff. I'm a rocker.
My first thing I saw him in was Half Nelson, where he plays like a heroin addicted teacher, and I was like, he's so dark. And then Valentine.
No. So, but then I remember that movie, The Good Guys.
Oh yeah.
Where I was like, God damn it, he's funny.
He's funny.
What the hell? He's funny. And then I started watching more, and I was like,
and you watch him host SNL, and it's like,
he's good.
Oh, he is a little funny nerd. Like he likes to do sketch, and okay.
And then that makes me annoyed because I'm like, I don't want to. It's like in a tally system of like
Rob
attention.
Rausch.
You know, I don't want it to have to be you right now.
Yeah, Rob Rausch should host SNL.
That would.
I'm just gonna say Rob Rausch hosts SNL.
That would go nuts.
Yeah,
that would go, or it could destroy him. If he's really bad in the sense of being too, because when you're too embarrassed to commit, that's what makes you bad, and then that's embarrassing.
Yeah, I feel like he would be fine with that, but I do think the stress of the format would be too much for him. Maybe
it would be a lot.
Yeah.
Do you think that like Rob, like, how much do you think that he translates, like talking about like pop culture crush, right? Like, how much does he like translate into like a real person? You know what I mean? Because I'm always this is a mental game I have tried to play with myself for a long time now, where I'm like, when I see someone in this, you know, in the world or whatever, I'm like, but would I think they were hot if I saw them in a movie, or if they were wearing something like slightly, if their context was.
If I saw Rob just like walking down, I would think he was hot.
I mean, like definitely we would think he was hot.
Yeah, like he has that like.
But I'm like, are we falling in love with Rob?
Yeah, he has that like old school. When
Jimmy
white guys were hot, like Paul Newman look.
Yeah.
Like he's the one that they would find and be like, you get him to a Hollywood backlot right now.
That's true.
Like he just has that kind of jawline.
Yeah.
Like,
what do we do about that?
I don't know that he would be a good actor, because when he did have to like kind of act on Traitors, it was bad. When he had to be like, oh, I'm just so mad I didn't get the shield.
Yeah.
And it was like, okay, Rob, maybe maybe it's not acting for you, but
maybe turn it down a little bit.
I mean, first, a crush like this.
Yeah.
To get over it, first distance. Like we had time to calm down after season 6 of Love Island. We had some non-Rob time. He was able to get away from us. And so when he came back on Traitors, it was like so much.
It was full throttle, and he's getting to like also just, and you know, I've said this also for years on the podcast. One thing that I love so much that I think is so hot when men wear clothes. I love clothes on boys.
Yeah.
Shirts on boys. Love it.
He's like, his overall look, the overall
look is dummy. I hate it. I hate that his stupid ass tattoos like really work for me.
I'm like, pick me up in your overalls. I love it.
See, I do think there's something to examine that is valuable.
He's so much hotter with tattoos.
Because he
didn't have tattoos when he was his first season on Love Island.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, and then it's like production took him and was like, if you worked out a bit more, like lift and get these tats here, you'll be so hot. And he did exactly that, and now he's so hot.
Do you think that's what happened?
Honestly, yeah.
You think
they were like, if you want to come back like main cast,
yeah.
I think they were like, if you want to be more than a Casa Boy or a Bombshell, like you got to be this hot. And he was like, game, I'll do it.
Damn, maybe.
Like, maybe
what can we learn about ourselves and society through our crush on Rob?
A lot of the internet would say we're obsessed with, you know, white men, and but
I think
I don't think that's the case here. I hate white guys.
Right.
And truly, what they always say is like, can't you see that he's like backstabbing and being manipulative? And I'm like, yes, because the name of the show is Traitors, and that's what he's supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
So I don't feel that I actually know Rob Rausch. I'm seeing him
well, this is
be a traitor.
Right.
So like, I understand that, and that's what I find attractive about him. It isn't this like, oh, he seems like such a nice, sweet, innocent white boy. Because no, I like that he's backstabbing and traitoring.
I like that he's backstabbing and traitoring on the show. It does. You must consider, though, it's like these capabilities.
Oh yeah,
could be wielded.
Yeah.
I'm like, could
him?
I trust him? Exactly.
No.
Like, could you trust him?
No, I saw about 20 different ways he's probably gaslit women in just like 3 episodes of Traitors. Like
I know, like that's the thing, is the same skill set.
Yeah, it's the same skill set where I could definitely, like, when you see how he just like let Candace make a mistake, I was like, I could see him doing that with like a girlfriend where he's like, you know what? This is what she thinks she wants.
Yeah.
I'm going to let this happen.
Just because there is something, I'm so fascinated by people who are not like me, in the sense that they are held back, and not talking, like, oh, there is such power in that, and sneaky power. Because I'm like, yo, if we got into an argument, he would probably let me go off until I've said the most dumb thing,
shit, and then he's like, did you? And he would just be quiet, and he knows how to do that.
Yeah.
So no, I would not date him after watching him on Traitors, but do I want to see him on more television? Yes.
For sure.
I want him on House of Villains, which also Back Tomorrow. Love that show.
Ooh, okay.
I want him on Survivor. I want him on Big Brother. I want him on every competition show.
Yeah.
I would love him on Destination X, because then we could really see how smart he is, and I think that would be hot.
What's that one?
It's this show hosted by Dean Morgan from Supernatural.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and it's like
I've
him
seen
on
the trailer, because I was
like,
what is he doing? Jeffrey D. Morgan,
it's a weird show. It's like a mix of, they take regular people and reality celebs on a bus, and they don't know where they are, and then they like dump them somewhere, and the people have to guess and figure out what like where they are. And
okay, that's fun.
It is fun.
No,
also,
he'll be good at that. I think he'll be smart.
At it, and he's smart, and like it's also not that hard. Like they send them to like. Actually, I'm being a bitch probably. I'm like, it's not that hard, because I'm watching and I'm like, hard. In 2 seconds, I'm like, they're in Munich.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, you know what? That's me being haughty.
We don't know what we don't know.
It seems it can be difficult.
Yeah.
And so I think he'd be good on it.
I think we could throw him in there.
And they had Janae from his same season on it, on the last season.
Love.
So they had Pilot Pete from Traitors too.
Oh,
so
Pilot Pete.
I could see them getting Rob on it.
One of the only, I remember when we found out on Pilot Pete's season of The Bachelor, that he was like half Cuban or something.
Yeah.
And we had to be like, I mean, of course, like Patty, my like aunt, who's a year older than me, and we're like best friends. She was like, that's my king. It's like we were like begging for scraps. Like,
I do remember like there was like some Traitors thing where people tried to be like, that's a man of color right there.
About who? About Pilot Pete?
Yeah.
Oh, God,
and people were like, no, we are
Okay.
doing that. We are not going to do that.
The fact that I said about who when we were literally just talking about it.
I just remember people being like, no, we are not about to.
That is hilarious.
But,
he is the most oppressed at this round table.
But I mean...
Yeah, I mean, Rob is such a fascinating, because it's like, on all levels, the opposite of, just like that is a person that exists whose life perspective I will never have.
I'll never have.
What is it like to be in that little head?
No
and I
idea.
am wondering, and of course I have to ask the crass question of like, how do he fuck good though? I kind of think he does. That's my problem.
I think he does. I think
like, because there's a lot of people that I think are hot that I'm like, but
there's a hotness and a type of sex where it's hot because of the connection and emotion the person is putting into it, and knowing that in the Traitor's Castle he could make every single person feel so important just by like playing chess with them.
Right.
I am sure with sex he could literally mind control you. I think like he would straight up
MK Ultra on that.
Convince any, like in that moment. Like I'm sure he is like deep, passionate, staring into your eyes. And like,
I'm getting horny just thinking about it. Well, because I was just realizing, I think I know someone who's kind of like a very different version of a Rob, but that has that same effect where like he's kind of like an everyman in the sense of like he could really talk to anybody.
Yeah.
And he is very present with you and very charismatic. And he is hot, but in his own very different way.
And it's like, in like a very attainable way where you're not like, oh, you know, like LA hot. It's very like,
right.
the hottest guy in my school is paying attention to me.
Well, it's funny. This guy, my friend, we were just talking and he was telling me about a date or he was telling me about a like date that he went on with like a girl that he used to work with, and then he was like, yeah, it was fine, whatever. And then we went outside to like have a cigarette, and then she like just like grabbed my face and like kissed me, like made out with me, and then she was like, that was a long time coming, huh? And he was like, for sure. Like where it's like, I'm like, you telling me this story, I know that she has fantasized about you for forever days and like months.
Was planning
and it
that,
was a long time coming for her.
And she was thinking about it
she had
in the
an
moment, and she
amazing
was like,
time. Yeah, she really, and he was like, yeah, it was fine. It was like, whatever.
And I think literally that is what it would be like with Rausch. You're like, oh my God, like we're truly in love. Like he spit in my mouth and I loved it. And
exactly.
Like, yeah, I guess that happened. I don't know, man, whatever.
Tuesday? Was that Tuesday?
Yeah, like what day was that? Right.
Have you encountered someone like that in your life?
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Yeah.
There was Chicago. There was a guy I dated who very much the Rausch vibe I'm describing. And
that's the thing. I'm like,
had to get over that one.
What do you do about that? Because I'm like, can someone
friends.
you fuck his friends?
I fucked his friends.
Never him, or you did him.
Oh, I fucked him first, and then
were you trying to like lock it down as they, you know? I'm trying not to use this terminology. I'm like,
it was like one of those where I was like, oh my God, like we would stay up all night talking, and he was so present. I was like, clearly we're in love. I would, And then I realized like, oh wait, no, he's like seeing so many people, and is such a like fuck boy, and like truly is not feeling what I am. And if you really want to get over somebody, fuck their friends.
So true. And were they good at fucking?
Yeah.
They're all right.
One of them was. One of them was not. And also was cheating on his girlfriend and lied to me about it. So
yes. They like to do that.
They love to do that.
They like to do that.
He was like,
a lot.
We broke up actually. And then he's like, actually we are not. And I was like, okay.
It's like, don't put me into a role I didn't ask for.
His friends, and then I was over it, and he was mad at me, but I didn't care because I moved on.
Good for you. Sometimes we have to move on. I have not fucked my friend's friends. I'm not mad at him. You know, we're friends, you know. I don't think, I'm like, I know his friends. We have a lot of the same friends. Don't want to fuck them.
I did not really know his friends.
Yeah.
And I had matched with both of his friends separately on dating apps. So
okay. So you already.
It was like and I really only been like seeing him for probably 2 months. So it's like, is that serious?
No. I mean, but you were probably like, I'm in love.
Well, yeah.
Because
I was
of
like,
the
wow,
effect that you've had on me.
You stay up and do acid. We're so, oh my God. And
that's the thing. I'm like, I do wonder what would hanging out with Rob like, be like. I'm just like, what is our day to day? Who is his eventual girlfriend going to be?
I feel like he needs someone who gives him a lot of alone time.
Right.
I feel like he wants to date someone who's like, oh, I have to be in New York for the art
I'm
gala
really
showing,
busy, Rob. I'm actually very busy these days.
I'm a very busy person, Rob.
After this, I have 5 other meetings.
Yeah, I have so much to do.
Squeeze you in, maybe.
And then I gotta travel and go places. So
yeah.
I just get the feeling he very much
is in his little
like needs a space.
But that's where I'm like, that's where I think a lot of them are like that.
Yeah.
That I think people that's where it's like Leo was never gonna be you.
No.
Sorry, girl.
Yeah, like
Sorry,
Leo
girl.
loves to socialize, be out in the time, like, and it's like it wasn't gonna be that.
It's always frustrating when you have a crush that is at odds with what you are and
what
who
you know you like and everything. And
Yes.
it's like, why
Yes.
why is this happening to me?
Because I've had a crush on so many like smart, quiet, like awkward kind of guys that I'm like, I really do have a crush on you and we can't talk. I don't know how to do this at all,
it's
actually.
just not happening.
And I know that there's so many people that are like that. Like that I'm like, because if it works that way, it also works in reverse, you know, where I'm like, this person does not give a fuck about me, or like, I'm too much for them.
Or they're just, I've never thought about it in reverse.
I've thought about it. My classic example for some reason lately has been Josh O'Connor. I'm like, I have a crush on Josh O'Connor, but for some reason I don't believe that Josh O'Connor would have a crush on me.
I could see that.
Right?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying.
I feel like he's very like, I like a quiet type. And he'd be like, but
it's like, but that doesn't, it's the same thing as like having a crush on a gay person, being like,
yeah,
they're hot. That's like, they're gay and I think
like
they're
that
hot.
right
that doesn't change the fact that, you know, have you ever like faced
I mean,
a dilemma
I don't think Rob
way?
Rausch would have a crush on me.
That's the thing.
But he would be nice to me still.
He would be nice. I'm like, do you think
would
we
still
can
make me
get
feel
in there?
special? But like, I know it wouldn't be real, but like, he'd still give me the feeling of it.
It is because he's not dating. We don't know anyone he's dating right now.
He
or
apparently
we
was like seen in Kansas at a restaurant with a girl, but like nobody knows.
Because that's the thing. I'm like, I just know when I see. I used to always have this. I feel like we might have even talked about this like. Because Ashley is also a returning guest. You were on my show fucking probably, I don't even know, what, a decade ago now?
Probably a decade.
Close to it. Where I know it's going to be so heartbreaking when I see that picture of that girl and how she's going to look nothing like me at all.
Yeah.
And how I would always like root for, like anytime I would see a pop culture crush, like have a girlfriend who was just like not the skinniest, like blondest, whitest, freckle, blue-eyed,
like,
whatever.
okay, you're doing something a little different.
I was like, I will take whatever I could get. Like, I'm like, she is not me, but she's closer. There's a gradient.
Yeah.
There's a gradient.
Like, okay, you would maybe be into me.
Yeah, because I feel like we talked about like forever ago. Did we talk about Misfits? I feel like we talked about Misfits,
Probably.
the British show.
Oh yeah.
Because I remember
Misfits.
that being like a huge game changer where I'm like, oh yeah, the love interests in Misfits are very different than the love interests in America.
I loved Nathan.
God, now that was a show.
That was a show. They
Bring
don't
back
make it like
a
that.
TV show.
Please.
If there's anything we could say to Rob today, what would you say?
Well, Rob, I hope I'm saying congratulations on winning Traitors.
Yeah, congrats.
I hope that's what I get to say. Please don't fuck it up for me. I would ask what you're reading right now. I feel like he'd really appreciate that question. Like,
Rob,
so what are you reading right now, Rob? And I feel like that's really cool. I'm reading Love and Death in the Suburbs, the true story of Candy Montgomery and the murder of Betty Gore. And
Ever heard of it?
yeah, maybe we could talk about it, and he'd be like, wow, he's probably not into true crime at all. And he'd be like, I'm reading Hemingway.
But is he like really reading? Like he's really out here reading?
Yeah. Like he dropped Mark Twain quotes on,
I know he did.
Trade, and that was hot. I do believe he's really reading. I think when he was on Love Island, he probably brought books and they threw them in the ocean and said, you're not allowed to have these here.
Because you're not allowed to have anything.
Yeah, they don't get anything except the fake little phones they give them.
How did he end up? Do we know how he ended up on Love
Apparently
Island?
production kept asking him, like they reach out to people. Like they asked Olandria
just
to
a
be
hot
on,
guy on.
Yeah, like
was he just hot online?
Yeah, producers literally just go on Instagram
So
and find hot
awesome.
people, and like they asked Olandria 4 times to do it. They kept asking him, and finally he was like, "Sure, I'll." But like because of some scheduling, he could only be a Casa Boy.
That makes him even better that he wasn't like seeking.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
And apparently they asked him to do Traitors twice, and he said no, and now is doing it.
And now he was like, you know what? I'll take some money.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
And let's not forget, like his bestie Aaron from Love Island won the UK version.
Oh shit!
Yeah, but he won as a faithful, so very
I didn't
different.
know that. I don't think I knew that.
But I do think Aaron,
I knew that he was on it.
Yeah, I think Aaron probably put him on game. Like
yeah.
And Rob is the kind of guy who's gonna take notes and listen.
Absolutely,
He's a secret little smarty, and I know he did research on everyone.
See, that's the thing. Everybody, people listening, you don't have to look like Rob. I mean, it would be cool
if you did, and if you do,
did.
hit me up.
If you don't, because that's the thing. I have to also hear it in reverse, where I'm like, you know what? The same way that I'm gonna see his girlfriend and be like, she looks nothing like me. I'm like, I hear it from. I'll do the brave work of putting myself in men's shoes and say, he looks nothing like me. We value you as well.
Yeah. If you don't look like Rob, my boyfriend looks nothing like Rob Rausch.
You're probably also hot in
Rob.
your own way. Oh my God,
He's
look at that.
hot, yeah.
But really, what we're talking about here is more so the intangibles.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is
the vibe of because he has the confidence that is
that
whatever.
He's like he's your class president and he's quarterback. Like
yeah. And he doesn't even care, but he does.
And he invites everybody to his class party because like he doesn't want to like leave anybody out. And like he's probably friends with popular kids who are like, why are you inviting the weirdos? And he's like, everybody can have a good time, man. It's a party.
I think it's really important for us to be having a crush right now because things are really hard.
They're really hard.
And I do think that we need to reclaim our sexuality of to be horny for a guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is what's really spooky scary about the files and everything going on is that they don't want us to be allowed to be horny now. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like they want us to only think about sex in they don't want us to think of sex, they want us to think of rape. You know what I mean? And that's not going to be good. It's not going to be good for us. And I have to check this for myself because I'm like, I'm definitely going down rabbit holes. I'm going down rabbit holes for sure. But I do think a way to reclaim ourselves from Epstein's world is to be able to be like, this is a hot guy. I want to have sex with him.
It's claiming your own sexuality and the things you like and are interested in.
Yeah.
Rather than being like, oh, you know, society says I should find this attractive or I need to shave or wax or wear this.
Right.
No.
And on the shave and the wax and the pedophile of it all, we simply just need to we just need to acknowledge. Also, I want us to just understand that because I've been thinking about the pedophile of it all. Obviously, I'm like, because I'm always like, why? Duh. Obviously, it's patriarchy. Obviously, it's patriarchy. Obviously, it's
right
capitalism.
Back to patriarchy, power.
And when you think about it, American Apparel is the perfect example. American Apparel. Look at American Apparel. Patriarchy, capitalism, white power. Okay.
Right there. Dov Charney still owes me $2,300.
Get in that Venmo right now, or we'll do a lawsuit.
You never sent me my last paycheck.
We need that last with interest
because they went bankrupt.
They went and but you have the money
paperwork
somewhere
that says you're never going to get your final check because we went bankrupt. But
and then everybody gets to they get to go out on top. All of these people. Yeah. It's crazy.
They get to be like, oh, we never paid you.
And it's sort of like you hate to see a white man winning, but I guess you'd love to see it if it is Rob.
Yeah, I mean, I did not go. That's not true. Literally, as soon as Rob was chosen as a traitor, I was like, I'm fully on his side. Yes. I want Rob to win. But like, had he been a faithful. And like because I also love like Johnny and Tara, and if like they had been traitors, I would have wanted them to win more.
The way
probably,
I got so excited when she brought it, when they were finally on it though,
yeah.
I was like the vindication. It would be so fun to be like everyone's like Tara's kind of dumb or whatever, and then she's the only one who gets it.
Yeah, she was literally the only one when she was like Rob, and then when Johnny's like, I think there are two traitors left, and I think they're Eric and Rob, and
I was like please. Come on, guys.
You've known nothing. And now all of a sudden you're just like, boom, I'm zoomed in. And I love, that's what's so great about Traitors though.
It's really good. Would you do it?
Absolutely.
A normal season?
Absolutely.
Or a celebrity season?
I applied. Yeah. Like they're looking for regular people. I would do either one.
Yeah. Cause I love the regular people seasons too.
I think I would have an easier time on a celebrity version, obviously, because I'm not famous.
But what if you become a famous?
Like,
if you're famous,
I would say I'm like as famous as when they have like a random British politician on there,
right? I'm like,
you're like, why is that guy here?
Frankly, I don't know who Eric is. I did not know Eric.
Oh yeah. I was like, who the fuck is Eric?
Or like singer-songwriter?
No idea.
Love him, great guy, cutie.
Yeah, if you can be there, I feel like I can probably be there.
Do you think that you could take if you're to be a traitor to lie and deceive?
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
I think I could do it. I'm an actor, you know?
Yeah.
But I do think it would, I think it will hurt me inside.
I just I feel like once I locked in on it, I would play it like Rob, where I'm just like, I just tell myself I'm a faithful and I play like a faithful. But
don't you think it's eating at him? It's eating at him. I mean, once he gets that money, it'll I
think he's getting tired. Some people said he was sick in the last episode, but I do think the stress of, I think he also realized letting Eric kill Christina was a mistake. A mistake because Kristen was so on Eric and so on Rob's side that I think he realized oh shit, I'm losing an ally.
Yeah.
And then also saying Natalie hasn't been as close to me. I think he kind of realized he was losing control.
Right.
So, Can
I say something about Kristen? Everybody is talking about how smart Kristen is.
I don't know why. Because she was wrong about every single thing every time except for Eric.
Frankly, I think it's because of racism. I think they're like, she's
Asian. And
Asian
they're like, she's
woman.
so smart. And
because
like,
they from the start have been being like, well, Kristen, she's so smart.
She's so smart. She's gonna figure it out. And I'm like, why do you think that? Like,
literally give me one, because if there was one concrete thing that she had done that I could be like,
even know
she's
about,
definitely
like,
so
Lisa.
smart.
She was very convinced about Tiffany. Like,
and it's not like they're throwing this out about everyone. They're just like, no, but we have to keep Kristen smart.
Yeah, and they were when she was killed, they were like, of course they killed Kristen because she's so smart. And it was like, but
okay, I'm glad
she actually has not gotten anything right.
That's exactly every time they say that, I'm just like, is it because she's Asian?
Yeah, and
is it because she's Asian?
I don't remember her even being like particularly good at the challenges.
Especially because because I know her from Top Chef. She's like a chef. Like, that's great. She's a very talented chef.
And she's hot.
She's hot. Like, I think she's gay, whatever.
Yeah,
like,
love that.
Cool. Awesome. Great outfits. But I don't think it's not even like a specific thing that would translate to like, well, and Top Chefs, they're incredibly smart.
Like, it doesn't make sense. And then again,
it's
she's
like the
just
same thing.
continually wrong.
And she's continually wrong. It's like
she's been focused on Colton for like most of the season.
Yeah, and like everyone, what's fun about Traitors is how people like sort of show their ass in the way where it's like, well, Kristen's a genius. And Rob could never be a traitor. It's like everybody's showing their little internal biases.
Yeah, of just it's so beautiful.
And people, and that's where I'm like, this should really explain to people. People contain multitudes. You cannot.
You can look dumb and hot and be smart.
Yeah, pretty hot white men, not a monolith. Pretty hot
Asian women,
not a monolith.
Like. She's not. She didn't do well.
I feel bad because every time they say it, I'm like, she's not smart, or like,
I'm
why?
like, really, Mara has been more correct than her. Like, Mara went after Candace. Mara was all like, definitely think it's Lisa. Like,
yeah. No, man. I'm glad I'm like not the only person who's felt that.
Like her, Tiffany, and Natalie people, I kept feeling like they're so
Tiffany
smart, they're
was
gonna get
hard.
it. And I was like, okay, I'm waiting for like the brilliance to show.
Yeah.
And Tiffany, I was like, she came in with such a strategy that she clearly had thought out, but like didn't adapt to the game. And I think she was so convinced, like, Michael is a traitor. He's going to be my traitor angel. I'll work that angle and then I'll do this. And it's like, you can't do that too early because it just looks like you're being a manipulative gamer. And that's what it came across as. And then she could not defend herself well at the table.
And but that was hard. I felt really bad because she's another person who I think of. I'm like, she's a normal person. Yeah. She didn't win Big Brother, right? Like, does not have the money.
I thought she put together the cookout on her season, but I don't think she won.
Yeah. I don't think that's the thing. I think, I don't know what she's won, but I'm like, most of them,
I think she got
most of the gamers are not rich. Most of the gamers are just
like
people.
Suri told, like they're like, no, we want this money. Like, I won like $100,000 on a game show, like after taxes, like that shit is nothing.
Yeah, nothing.
So they want the money. And so I do sometimes feel bad for them, but I'm like, after doing this, they're probably going to bring you back for like Big Brother, whatever.
Right,
like,
right.
You'll get more chances. You'll be on the challenge. Go do House of Villains or something.
Just do the circuit. That's the thing. There does exist a circuit now that wasn't before.
They're going to do Traitors All-Star.
And you're trying to get in there. You're trying to get in the circuit.
I want to get in.
So let's just put it on the record right now. If you're traitor vibes, like, what's your angle? Like, what do you think? So do you want to be a traitor?
I would want to be a traitor.
And what's your angle? And are you getting sexy with it? Are you allowing yourself, because I do think no one has played the Parvati survivor flirty Black Widow brigade yet really hard.
I mean, if that's a card I could play, I am. Like, I am doing that. Like, I see Rob can do that with Mara. He can tell she has like a little crush.
Yeah.
I would absolutely play that up. Like, if some nerd had a crush on me, I'm using that.
Yes.
I feel like mostly my thing would be playing like innocent, dumb stoner who's just kind of like, what are we doing?
Oh, I love that.
Where everyone is just like, I don't even know if she understands traitors. And I'm just like, and like when people are like, if someone's had the shield, I always be like, oh my God, whoa.
Wait, who got it?
Good point. I didn't even think about that.
Oh, I love this angle.
I would just truly
like a little bit of play dumb,
kind of like how Carolyn tried to do, but she overdid it.
Yeah, she flopped it at the end.
And I would keep doing that. And as a traitor, do random kills. I think random kills, get gamers out, rob. That was his strategy at first, and that was really smart because you get all the smart people gone.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
And then just play kind of dumb with the other dummies. And you will you attack your fellow traitor when the time comes? Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I think as soon as a faithful is saying another traitor's name, if it's one person, you tell the traitor and give them the chance to save themselves. If it is more than one person, it's a done game.
Yeah.
Like if it is 3 people, like everyone says Rob did traitor on Lisa. No.
No,
like
that was
5
happening.
different people were like, I think Lisa's a traitor. I think Lisa's a traitor. You had Yam Yam being pulled from a table yelling, Lisa's a traitor!
Yeah.
Lisa was going home. Like it was almost a unanimous vote. And so for Candace to be like, no, we could have saved her. It's like, no, you couldn't have. Like you would have blown your cover exactly like you did. So
it was her time.
It was her time.
They were wild to do 2 housewives, but they did do that.
Yeah. And I think that was kind of the disappointing part of this season for me. We had 2 traitors who clearly did not understand the game and played it badly.
I think they wanted to recreate like a Phaedra, which I mean, and she was perfect because she did the game.
She played the game.
She was entertainment.
Yeah, it was like Candace thought I just need to be entertainment. I don't know how to play the game.
Right.
And it's like, girl, if you really want to take Rob out, shut your fucking mouth. Like,
and I will say,
gather votes.
I'm
like,
not. I don't.
get allies.
I'm not like a big housewives. Like I've not watched whatever, but I'm a fan of them on these shows. Obviously, they're very fun to watch. But it does make me, and it's an interesting dynamic. But I'm like, it does make me feel a little bit of a way where I'm like, but girl, you have money. Do you have to throw Rob under the bus on your way out?
I mean, that's what I thought. But then like, her husband has been tweeting about the show.
Do they not have money?
And Rob, he's been like, Rob is sexist, blah, blah, blah. And then people are arguing with him. And on Twitter, he got verified and was like, I just want to thank everybody arguing with me because you're making me money now. And I quote tweeted it and was like, are you really that desperate for money that you need like X to pay you? Is that why you were so mad your wife like lost the show because you're broke? And he replied, clear, like somewhat jokingly and sarcastic. He's like, yeah, that's exactly it. We don't have money. She's been off of Potomac for years and her mom cut us off. I'm going to have to start OnlyFans or something. And I was like,
damn. And then we come back around to capitalism is the great evil.
And I was like, even being sarcastic.
I'm like, no, that sounds right.
Sad. I was like, that sounds correct. And why would you embarrass your wife? And then I was just like, oh, I'm so sorry. Well, I started Real Housewives of Potomac from the beginning. I hope you get residuals.
That's nice.
Then I found out they don't get residuals. They don't get them.
No, probably for reality.
Yeah, they don't.
And that is cruel.
That's cool.
That's cruelty.
I thought the housewives at the very least had negotiated
Candace,
something
I take it back. I take it back.
Yeah, she needed that money.
We all have bills to pay.
So
wow.
But yeah, her husband said, no, we struggle.
Damn, they struggle. Probably not as much as you and me, but they do struggle.
And Rob's family, I guess, is fairly wealthy. Like they.
Oh, really?
I mean, he's like, his dad is like a fairly famous photographer, and they own like a estate in Alabama where he like has a trailer on it that he lives in, but like his family like.
Okay, so whoever has money, can you just give it to us?
Rob, if you win, can we have some of your money?
Anybody? We are doing free advertisement for you.
Yeah.
Money for us. Venmo is Rebecca Bulnes.
At the Ashley Ray.
At the Ashley Ray. No underscore.
Just all that. Yeah.
I got a brand. Okay, wait, Ashley, this was so much fun. Thank you so much for coming on.
This was so fun.
Do you have? I'm making this up right now. Do you have one thing that you have like a crush on right now in life that you want to recommend to everybody? Okay, coming up with segments on the spot.
Yeah, I love that. Okay.
What the hell?
I feel like I'm watching so many things where I'm like, what's kind of crush worthy? Okay. This is one of my more embarrassing TV crushes.
Go off.
I don't know if you watched the show School Spirits on Paramount Plus.
I had a girl tell me once vehemently that I had to get into School Spirits. She loves it so much.
Yeah. It's so good.
It's really good.
It's
okay,
like,
I trust you.
Like, outsider goth girl turns into like a ghost, befriends ghosts from different time periods that are stuck in her school.
Yes.
And one of them is named Wally, and he's like an 80s jock who like died at like the big homecoming game.
Wow.
And he like falls in love with like the main girl, and he is just a little dreamboat.
Wow.
And
I'll get into it.
Worthwhile, yeah.
Because I do think I am feeling like I need crush vibes in my life. I was really horny during the holidays, and I kind of got out of that. Now I'm like less horny, more just like I need a crush. I'm just like I just need to go outside and look at an attractive person. I just want to look. I just want to look. Because your eyes, everything's going really bad in my brain.
I haven't had an IRL crush in a while. I want to do that again. I don't know.
Okay, yeah. So we're searching.
Yeah.
So we're searching.
It's been a while since I've been like, oh, I want to look at their story.
Yeah, me too. I'm like, like, where are they? Anyways, maybe next time you see us, we will be crushed up. But for now, Ashley, please plug whatever you would love to plug.
You can follow me at the Ashley Ray. Check out my comedy album, Ice Cream Money, out wherever you listen to things.
Okay.
And if you have CBS, I am going to be on Comics Unleashed.
Whoa.
In like 2
They're
weeks
unleashed.
or something. Oh, yeah. Unleashed. It comes on after the Colbert or the Colbert Tonight Late Show.
Whatever that one's called.
And you can really only watch it if you have Dish Network and AT&T, but I'm going to be on it. And you can watch it live on Hulu.
Get that.
But you cannot watch it as a rerun on Hulu. You have to watch it live.
If you're looking for this to make sense, it won't. Okay, it never will.
Like truly, I was like, Mom, I'm going to be on TV. I don't know how you're going to
ever
it.
see
like,
it.
I don't. You literally to find this, you have to go to their website, put your zip code in, and they tell you how you can watch it.
That's hilarious.
But
and we're gonna go through all those steps to watch you.
Yes.
We're gonna do it.
And if you're in LA, I will be at Dynasty Typewriter on March 15th talking about the Oscars.
Hell yeah, come through. Thank you so much, Ashley.
Thank you.
Rob, we'll see you on the pod. Imagine I get him.
He's gonna come.
Okay, I have one. It's the three of. Okay, and now that's a threesome. And now that's a threesome that people are gonna get into.
Bye.